They call America the land of the brave. The land of opportunity. But Grandma called her the land of them all. The good, the bad and the ugly. She had lived here before. Worked and retired back home to Africa. Grandma was gracefully aging. Nevertheless, her first daughter and grandson still live here. Grandma heard her grandson Jason was getting influenced badly by what he sees in school, on the street and on social media. Hence the reason she decided to board that long flight from Nigeria. At her old age, she decided to vacation here. But what can she do about her grandson, Jason? So this story is about Grandma vacation to California for the sake of the most valuable to her. Jason, her grandson. The evening she knocked on that door was the day silence broke in a house that had long forgotten the sound of roots. The first thing you will notice about her was not her neat white hair. It was her presence. At 65, she moved with a quiet authority that didn't need announcement. Her white hair shimmered like polished silver under light, not as a mark of old age, but as a crown earned through wisdom. Her skin, rich and chocolate, held the glow of years lived with intention. And her attire, always African, always immaculate, flowed with elegance that turned even the simplest hallway into a royal passage. She didn't just walk into spaces. She arrived. And on that cool California evening, she arrived into a home that felt unfamiliar. Not because it wasn't beautiful, but because something essential was missing. Chioma rushed through the door that day, dropping her bag on the couch, exhaustion clinging to her like a second skin. "Mommy, you're welcome home," she said, forcing a smile as she hugged her mother. "Thank you, my daughter," Grandma replied softly, her eyes scanning the room. "But are you?" Chioma laughed lightly. "It's been a long shift. A nurse. A fighter. A single mother doing everything she could to survive in a land that never slowed down." Grandma nodded. She understands. She had been there before. But her attention gently shifted. Upstairs. Behind a closed door. "Jason." Chioma called. A pause. Then a faint voice from upstairs. "Yeah?" "Grandma is home," Chioma said loudly. Grandma's brows tightened slightly. "Just, yeah?" "He's in his room," Chioma said casually. "He's probably gaming or on a call." Grandma looked at the staircase again. Then back at her daughter. "You did not teach him how to greet?" Chioma sighed. "Mom, it's different here." That sentence again. "It's different here." Grandma had heard it since the day she landed. Children do not kneel. They do not prostrate. They do not lower their gaze in respect here. They looked you in the eye, and sometimes, they looked past you. In America, Chioma continued, kids are independent. They express themselves. They're allowed to have their space. Grandma nodded slowly. Space. That night, the house grew quiet. Too quiet. No laughter. No storytelling. No shared meals filled with chatter. Just the hum of devices and the isolation of closed doors. Grandma sat in the living room, her hands resting on her lap, her thoughts traveling thousands of miles back home, to nights under the moonlight, to round table dinner, to the family laughter at the round table. These are priceless family moments. She stood up, walked slowly to the staircase, and climbed. Knock. A pause. Then a voice. "Who is it?" Grandma almost smiled. "Permission to enter my grandson's room," she whispered under her breath. "It's Grandma," she said. Another pause. Then, "Come in." The room was different. Bright posters covered the walls. Superman, Iron Man, Batman, Spider-Man, heroes from another world. A world where power came from mutations and alien planets. Jason sat on his bed, headset on, laughing with someone on the phone. Grandma didn't interrupt. She simply sat beside him. Quietly. Patiently. When he finally removed the headset, he turned. "Oh, hi Grandma." "Hi." Grandma responded. This time around, Grandma smiled, a weak one. "Your room is beautiful," she said gently. Jason grinned. "Thanks." She looked around again. "You like superheroes?" "Yes, Grandma," his eyes lighting up. "I want to be one when I grow up. Like, a real superhero. Save people. Save the world." Grandma nodded slowly. Then she leaned slightly closer. "Tell me, have you ever heard of a superhero with greater powers?" Jason is confused. "What do you mean, Grandma?" Grandma's eyes softened. "A different kind of superhero story." Jason tilted his head. "Like what?" "A story from where I come from." There was a pause. Then curiosity took over. "Okay, tell me about one." And just like that, the night changed. "There was once a little girl," Grandma began, her voice low and rhythmic, like a drumbeat under the stars, "in a village where respect was wealth, and character was power." Jason leaned in slightly. "She lost her parents at a very young age," Grandma continued. "But she was not alone. The village raised her. Loved her. Protected her. She was a special child." "What was her name?" Jason asked. Grandma smiled. "Her name was Ardor. Meaning princess." Jason smiled and nods. "She was kind. Respectful. Always greeting elders, always listening, always learning. People would say, 'That girl carries something special.'" Jason was quiet now. Listening. Fully. "But not everyone was happy for her," Grandma's voice lowered. "Her uncle was filled with jealousy." "Why?" Jason asked. "Because Ardor was destined for greatness." Jason's eyes widened. After her parents passed, tradition said she would one day become the queen of the land. Not because of power, but because the gods of the land prioritizes respect, and not everyone have been able to be true to themselves all the time except Ardor. Jason leaned forward. "But her uncle didn't want that," Grandma said. "So one faithful day, he lied against Ardor." Jason's face hardened. "What did he do?" "He told the village that Ardor uses witch powers to make everyone to like her." "What?" "Yes. He turned love into hatred. Respect into doubt." Jason shook his head. "That's not fair, Grandma." Grandma nodded slowly. "Life, they say, is not always fair." "So what happened?" "They banished her from the village." Jason froze. "Like, sent her away?" "Yes." Silence filled the room. "For years," Grandma continued, "she wandered. Hungry. Alone. Forgotten." Jason swallowed. "But," Grandma's voice softened, "she never lost herself." Jason looked up. "She always prayed to get help, still greeted elders. Even strangers. She still showed little kindness she could offer. Even when she had nothing." "Why?" Jason asked quietly. Grandma smiled. "Because that was who she was." Time seemed to slow. Even the air in the room felt different. One day, Grandma said, the truth came out. Jason's eyes lit up. "How?" "The same people who doubted her began to see her light again. Her uncle's lies could not hide the truth forever. He confessed that he lied against her." Jason sat up straighter. "They brought her back," Grandma said, her voice rising gently, "not as the girl they sent away, but as the queen she was always meant to be. Jason broke into a smile. No way. Yes way, Grandma said, smiling too. She was crowned. Not because she fought with power, but because she never lost her character. Jason exhaled deeply. This is actually a greater superhero story, Grandma. Grandma chuckled softly. This is our kind of hero. Silence. But not the empty kind of stories. The full kind. Jason looked and nods. Is it called superhero stories too? Grandma smiled slightly. No. She responded gently. These are stories told under the moonlight. They are called tales by moonlight. They are stories that mold character in Africa. They build character, respect, and helps us to behave better in our society. They help children learn not just to dream, but to become. Jason's voice softened and seems to enjoy every bit of the story. Can you tell me another one tomorrow? Grandma's heart melted. She nodded. I will. And then, tomorrow came. Grandma told Jason a very beautiful story about Obafemi, the village warrior. The next day came, Grandma told him another interesting one. And another interesting one. And another interesting one. After some time, something begins to shift in Jason, a cultural shift. Jason leaned forward one morning, and hugged her mother, and said, "Thank you, Mom." This happened for first time. Chioma closed her eyes, holding him like she had waited years for that moment. One morning, Jason came downstairs, walked up to Grandma, and bent slightly. "Good morning, Grandma." Chioma froze, her cup nearly slipping from her hand. What just happened?" she whispered. Grandma simply smiled. Because she knew. It had begun. Change doesn't always come through rules. Sometimes, it comes through continuous renewing of the mind. And that is what Grandma did with her stories. That faithful night was not just about a tale. It was about a connection. A bridge between worlds. A reminder that culture is not outdated. It is foundation. And somewhere in that house in California, under a roof that once held silence, a new tradition was being born. One story at a time. If stories like this speak to you, if you believe in the power of culture, roots, and meaningful connection, then stay with us. Because this is just the beginning. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share with friends that will appreciate stories such as this. Thank you for watching.